Erin Andrews has been testifying in court in a lawsuit that she's filed against a man who not only stalked her, but filmed her through a reversed peephole at a Marriott hotel in Tennessee. She's also suing the Marriott hotel for not doing enough to secure her privacy and keep her safe from the stalker. Now, in September of 2008, Michael David Barrett stalked sports journalist Erin Andrews, filmed a 4.5-minute long nude video of her in a Nashville Marriott hotel without her consent, and in 2009 released that video online. Now, the interesting thing about what she said during her testimony not only has to do with the stalker and the hotel, but how ESPN initially reacted to what happened to her. So again, the stalker successfully reversed the peephole, okay, and filmed her as she was undressing or dressing. She was naked, okay? Now, Andrew said ESPN forced her to discuss the incident on TV in order to continue working and indicated it didn't believe her account. So here's her exact statement. She says, probably for like 3 months, everybody thought it was a publicity stunt. The front page of the New York Post said ESPN scandal. To Fox News and CBS, everybody put up that I was doing it for publicity and attention, and that ripped me apart.
So, look, should her company have backed her better? Yes. By the way, she's not suing the company. It just came out in the midst of the trial. On the other hand, she's super outraged that some people thought it was a publicity stunt. If you're the one living through that, I get why you'd be outraged. At the same time, since there are so many publicity stunts right now with the Paris Hilton sex tape, the Kim Kardashian sex tape, and all those things that have happened that were clearly leaked on purpose after being shot in a professional way, et cetera, that people asking questions about that is not like outrageous, and it's not a personal attack against you. Since it happens all the time, they wonder, did this person do it? I know that that's very hard to deal with when it's you, right? And she, an enormous violation of privacy. This guy got, what, 3.5 years in prison? Okay.
He got 30 months.
And so, super happy about that. He's a real scumbag. Because if this happened to, let me go through the usual things. If it happened to you, if you're a woman, you know how upset you would be. If it happened to your daughter, your mom, your wife, how pissed you'd be. And everybody's in the neighborhood's like, oh, I saw your wife naked, ha, ha, ha. It's grotesque in so many ways.
You know what? Let me give you actual numbers. So, of course, they have a number of people testifying in this case. She is suing for $75 million. Now, Penn State University computer science professor Bernard Jansen, who testified in the case, estimated that at least 16.8 million people have viewed at least some of the footage, and that 1.5 people still view the video every minute. So, it's amazing because there was swift action in terms of getting those videos down, but they still exist. They're still out there floating around. And think about how violated she feels and how much it's going to impact the rest of her life, right? Where you feel like there's someone always watching you. You're in a hotel by yourself and someone managed to stalk you and spy on you through a reverse peephole.
So I saw her testimony, parts of it, and she talked about how every time she goes into a hotel room now, she obviously checks the peephole, then the alarm clock, then for anything that's beeping or a little red light or a little green light or whatever it might be, right? And she goes through all this protocol because her whole life now she's like, is somebody taping me? Somebody taping me? Because someone did tape her and all these people saw. I'm surprised there's only 16 million people. And now, of course, since the trial's going on, everybody's searching for it again. And it's one of the top Google searches, right? So then she has to go through that. Now, I don't know that's worth $75 million. Obviously, this Barrett clown doesn't have $75 million. She's mainly suing the hotel for $75 million. To what degree is the hotel culpable? I have no idea. You have to go sit in that trial because she might be able to show, hey, this guy was stalking me. They should have known that he was stalking me. Why did they let him have the room next to me? They, why didn't anybody pay attention when he's doing reverse peepholes of your hotel? So she might have a great case. So let's not all get freaked out by the $75 million number, right, and assume she has a bad case. That's for the jury to decide. Right. But I get it. $75 million is a lot of money to ask for.
And also, keep in mind, she's not, doing poorly financially. This isn't I don't think it's the money for her, right? I think that this is more revenge and justice for her and getting some closure over what happened. And by the way, look, people always wonder, like, oh, why don't these victims of sexual assault and rape come forward immediately? Like, what is it? Here's why they don't come forward immediately. Here's why they don't report it and why they don't pursue legal action against the people that victimize them. During the cross-examination, the defense attorney for the Nashville Marriott Hotel came forward and started, the line of questioning basically indicated, hey, didn't your career really take off after this all happened back in 2009? Like in 2009, didn't you notice that your career really took off? And so do you know how freaking painful that is as a woman who's already succeeded? She was already a sports reporter on ESPN who's doing really, really well. Do you know how incredibly insulting and embarrassing and humiliating it is to have someone make it seem as though your career was shit and all your hard work was shit and all it took was a naked video of you to actually push you into stardom?
Because that's the only thing people care about in
Right.
regards to you. That's the implication. And by the way, so even I am freaked out by the $75 million number. So I acknowledge that. Now, having said that, when people don't come forward, people say, oh, well, why didn't you just come forward? Oh, you didn't come forward. Now you're going to have these charges against Bill Cosby all these years later, as an example. And in this case, she comes forward. They go, oh, now you're looking for too much justice. Well, when do they win, right? When's the exact right middle ground you'd be happy with? So, no, by all means, go get him. And then if I'm on the jury, what decision I make is a different question, right? But she's got every right in the world to seek justice.